series. Extra, extra, read all about it. Wall Street shaking after Black Thursday. That's the Hoover says, not to worry.
Responsive reading number 84. He that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
Be not wise in your own conceits, but to every man that is among you,
Think not of himself more highly than he ought to think. For there is no respect of person with God.
For everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. For pride goeth before the fall.
Amen. Amen. May God add and richly bless the reading of his word. Let us join in singing, Let's Be the Time.
Love
you heard my text from the Gospel of Matthew. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Why, sure, you told them rich folks today.
Well, and you remember the responsive reading, the warning in Proverbs, for pride goeth before the fall.
Oh, of course, that's one of my favorites. Like I said, I just hope all them sinners were listening today.
But,
You know, preacher, maybe you ought to think about preaching that again next Sunday. You know, some people in this town need to hear that one as often as they can. Hey, Bradley, you coming?
I'll be there after a while, Daddy.
All right.
Don't be late, Bradley. Dinner will be ready soon.
I won't, Mama.
Lovely service, Brother.
thank you very much, Miss Davenport. Delighted you enjoyed it.
Yes, the sermon was very well delivered and somewhat eloquent.
Excuse me.
Just hope the message didn't get lost in your eloquence.
Oh, Randolph is paying you a compliment, Reverend. Yes, your topic was of utmost pertinence to this community, but we fear that some in this congregation may not be able to digest such a subject. They simply do not realize that they should heed the warning about pride.
See, some of the congregation. And who might that be?
Oh, you know the sort. Those common laborers who seem to glory in their lowly state in life. They just don't seem to realize that they should heed the warning about pride. I suppose those people should be pitied for such behavior as red, you see.
Oh, now, Hattie, that Dr. Sigmund Freud says it's environment.
Oh, well, no matter. The disadvantaged just don't seem to recognize their disadvantage. And they even revel in their low lifestyle.
I see.
I do hope they were listening to your sermon, Reverend, and to the scripture about pride.
Oh, I hope so too.
Bonnie, dear, come along now before your taffeta books in this heat.
Okay, Mother.
Good day.
Bye, Bradley.
Miss Bonnie.
Bye, Bradley. Miss Bonnie. Don't tell me you're sweet on the milliner's daughter.
Okay? I'll tell you.
How did it ever occur to you that your dad is a lint head at the cotton mill? The cotton mill her daddy owns.
So what do you do with a little rich girl?
Are you gonna dazzle her with your rubies and diamonds from your private collection? Or maybe you'll borrow some from your good old friend Mr. Rockefeller.
Listen, Bonnie's not like that. She doesn't even care about all those material things.
Oh, I'm sure she wouldn't mind marrying a lit head and living in a shack on the east side. Love is all she needs to make her little life happy.
Listen, Bonnie's a sweet, simple girl. In fact, she doesn't even like being the daughter of the richest man in the county. And money, she said, well, it makes her miserable.
Oh, sure it does. Uh-huh. I've got the high life blues. I don't know what to do with all my silver and gold. I've got more shiny diamonds than my fingers can hold. I've got the blues. I've got the high life blues.
Yeah. Bonnie, what are you doing back here?
I left my bag. That's what I told Daddy.
Well, did you? Leave your bag, I mean.
Uh-huh. See?
Oh. Is that the only reason you came back?
Well, actually, I thought you might still be here.
Well, I am. But I gotta go pretty soon. Mama said I need to be back for Sunday dinner.
Oh, well, if you need to go.
I guess I Miss Bonnie,
Yes,
you know the old oak tree down by the pond?
I think so.
Well, I like to go there sometimes. It's nice this time of year.
I'll bet it is.
Well, I was just wondering.
Yes?
You know the old oak tree?
Uh-huh.
I might go there this afternoon. Bye.
Oh, my goodness. This is swell.
Yes, sir, that preacher was right on today. The way some people store up treasures and things in this world, why, it's a sin, I tell you, and they ought to repent.
Boy, I say amen to that.
Well, it's more than a sin the way some folks put on theirs. Why, it's just a crime.
Well, I'm just glad we're honest, hard-working, God-fearing people and don't have to worry about things like pride.
Do you hear yourselves talking?
What, Bradley?
Now, the scriptures say you can't serve God and man. Now, what that means is those that serve the almighty dollar can't serve the almighty God. No, money brings pride, and, well, pride is a sin.
But you're talking like only rich people have pride.
That cream will freeze up there if you don't keep cranking.
But anybody can store up earthly treasures, even hard-working folks like us. In fact, we can be so full of ourselves that we can't see our own faults, just the faults of others.
You know, Bradley, you might have something there.
Really? You mean that...
Yeah, maybe we could get Brother Fletcher to pay old man down in Fort a visit. Talk some repentance into him. I tell you what, that man is so full of greed and love of money that he can't see that's the hard-working folks like me down at the mill that made him so rich in the first place.
Well, I tell you what, I wouldn't have his money on a silver platter. Why, it is bootlegging money, you know.
No.
Why, sure. Mabel down at the mercantile told me that his dad and Ford stand the way of killing in the rum-running business after Prohibition passed. She said they brought it down in them islands and brought it right back here to our town.
So it really is filthy money.
Yeah, like I said, huh? I wouldn't have his money on a silver platter.
I tell you what, it's a sorry man that uses his wife's people's money anyhow.
Amen.
A man ought to be able to provide for his family with a hard day's work. Now, that's the difference between our kind and theirs.
Our kind, but we're all the same, Daddy.
What?
Oh, yeah, we're all the same. Same faults, same dreams, same pride, same everything.
Don't say that. We're not the same. You got your honest, hard-working, God-fearing people like us, and then you got your money-grubbing, backstabbing, two-faced, underhanded folks like them.
I'm going for a walk.
But Bradley, you didn't finish the ice cream.
It's ready. Hope you enjoy it.
Well, what are young'uns coming to these days? Florine, I wouldn't let a young'un of mine talk to me like that.
Mama, Bradley's just going through a phase. All children go through phases.
Huh, phase my foot. That's why this country's going to, well, you know where it's going in a handbasket.
Yeah, Mama. Things sure have changed a lot since you was a little girl. Why, kids just talk plain to the folks now.
Lots of other things are changing too, Mama. Why, a man can fly an airplane over the ocean, and it's even legal for a woman to vote.
Well, I don't care. Just like I always say, just cause it's legal don't make it right.
Mother.
Yes, dear.
Mother, what would you say if I said I wanted to bob my hair?
I'd say, absolutely not.
Why not?
Bonnie, that's what common people do.
I suppose the next thing you want to do is get a job.
What would be so wrong with that?
No. I mean, yes. Why are you so narrow-minded?
Why, Bonnie, what a thing to say. You sound as insolent as one of those lint heads down at the mill.
Mother, those lint heads, as you call them, are the reason we have a big fancy house, rich food on the table, and handmade taffetas to wear to church every Sunday.
Now that's where you're wrong, Bonnie. We have those things because of a shrewd head for business and hard-nosed management.
And Providence plays an important part, too.
What?
Providence, dear. We have what we have because of who we are.
We're Davenports. Pride goes before the fall.
Pardon me?
Where did I hear that just recently?
Don't you see? It's so easy to see what's wrong with others and not see our own pride. Mother, we're no different from anybody else in the world.
Bonnie, you're talking out of your head. Perhaps you should lie down for your nap. I'll have my nest fluff your pillows.
I don't want a nap. I don't want my pillows fluffed. I just want to be listened to.
We're listening, Bonnie, but so far you haven't said anything that makes sense.
Daddy, let me ask you something. If we lost all our money, who would we be?
You're right, Patty. She's talking out of her head.
No, Tabby. You say we're different because we're Davenports. But what if the money was gone? Would we still be different?
Always a Davenport. Some things never change, dear.
I'm going out.
Out? Where?
For a walk.
Well, take your parasol, dear. You don't want to freckle in the sun.
Oh,
She's a plain-spoken woman, Hattie. She gets that from your side of the family.
you so
It's perfectly legal.
Legal? Don't you remember the 18th Amendment? Alcohol is not legal.
Well, the 18th Amendment doesn't say anything about advertising.
Or about living it up a little, huh, kid?
Well, if you don't obey the laws of men, you could at least acknowledge the orders of the Almighty.
Ooh, the Almighty. He a friend of yours or just an acquaintance? Hey, don't knock it till you try it, sister.
That's Sister Jordan to you.
All right, Sister Jordan. Don't knock it till you try it. Hey, Tuesday night is ladies' night.
Oh, never.
Well, maybe you should. Windbag. Oh, you little self-righteous. I gotta just get
All right, what's the problem here?
Officer, this woman is calling me names.
Oh?
He's advertising a din of iniquity.
Oh, officer, I was not. Say, tonight we're having this little policeman special. I guess you're on this sheet.
Officer! Arrest this man! He's a doer of evil!
Well,
what?
Well, what are you going to do about it?
About what? Nobody's breaking the law, at least not yet. So I don't know what the problem is.
it's that Pharisee.
It's that sinner!
Wait a minute, can't you people just live and let live?
Not as long as there's one heathen out there destroying the moral fiber of this community.
Heathen, I come from a good family.
That they're proud of you now.
Well, let she who is without sin cast the first stone.
Oh,
All right, you two. Break it up now.
you need to listen.
Wait a minute, there's not any unlawful behavior around here, but let me tell you, both of you are on the edge of unlawfulness. All right, separate corners, sit. You over there now. Sit there and act like good boys and girls and don't come out until you can act nice. I said sit.
What's the world coming to when you cannot plead your cause?
What's the world coming to when you cannot meet the laws? It cramps my source of revenue.
'Cause it's the work of you know who.
What a world, oh what a world. What's the world coming to?
All right, I said sit.
What's the world coming to when our morals take a fall?
What's the world coming to? It's just liquid after all. It's just a shot of harmless brew.
But not for saints who grace the pew.
What a world, oh what a world. What's the world coming to?
It's outrageous. It seems to be contagious. Who left you in charge? Just who do you think you are? It's outrageous. It seems to be contagious. The cat's and the bag. Look at fingers wag.
What's the world coming to when you cannot speak your mind?
What's the world coming to when you cannot make a dime? They oughta outlaw folks like you.
Sinners all should get their due.
What a world, oh what a world. What's the world coming to? What a world, oh what a world. What's the world coming? What's the world coming? What's the world coming to?
Hi, Bradley.
Hi, Bonnie. Fancy seeing you here.
I went for a walk after lunch and somehow just ended up at this spot.
So I'm glad you did. There are not usually this many people here. In fact, it's usually just me and the old oak tree.
Well, I wouldn't know.
there are lizards and frogs. Oh, look up in the tree. It's a nest of robins. See?
Where?
Oh, robins grow up fast and leave the nest.
They're lucky.
Yeah.
Bradley.
Bonnie, oh, you go ahead.
No, you.
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything really important.
Everything you say is important to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Bonnie.
Oh, I'll go.
Okay.
Bradley, do you think I'm different?
Oh, gee whiz, Bonnie, of course I do. You're different from every girl in this town. You're prettier and nicer.
That's not what I mean. I mean, do you think that me and you are different?
Oh, because my daddy's a legend.
Oh, I don't like that name.
Okay, because my daddy works at the mill and your daddy owns the mill.
Well, do you think we're different?
I don't know, Bonnie. I just wish everybody thought we were the same. Then we wouldn't have to wonder about it.
Me too. I wish people could look past the kind of house you live in or the kind of job you have and just not be so
prideful.
Yes, that's it. Your family doesn't know about us, do they?
Not yet. Yours?
No.
What are we going to do?
Oh, Bradley, why, Bonnie, Davenport, here you are. We've been looking all over for you. Your mama said you'd gone for a walk, and we looked all over the estate grounds, but you weren't there. We looked for you down by the gazebo at the park, but you weren't there. And just on a whim, here we come, and here you are. Jenny and Amanda, this is Bradley Spurling. You know Bradley from church.
Yes, it seems like I've seen you before.
Yes, you sit near the back, don't you?
Usually.
Well, it's hard to see who sits behind us. Unless, of course, you do the rudest thing and turn around and stare. It's rude to stare. Yes. Why were you looking for me?
Oh, Jake Hightower just got a brand new car, a red Roadster, and he wants to take us girls for a ride in it.
But me, old Jenny here, she called dibs on the front seat. But me and you, we can sit in the rumble seat. Won't that be fun? Well,
Hey, Bridal pal. What's your ticket? How much? Boys, you know Bonnie. These are my friends Jay and Quentin. Ladies, these are her friends, Jenny and Amanda.
How do you do, fair ladies?
Howdy, girls. Oh, hey, there's some new rope swing down in the creek. We need some folks to try her out. Y'all want to come?
no, thank you. We have plans. Come on, Bonnie.
Let's go, Bradley. Pal.
I guess I'll see you soon, Miss Bonnie.
Yes, soon.
What's the world coming to when the have-nots need the haves? What's the world coming to when the brilliant and the drabs will come and meet in public view like they could make the front page news? What a world, oh what a world! What's the world coming to? What a world, oh what a world! What's the world coming? What's the world coming? What's the world coming to?
Extra, extra, read all about it. 1 millionth Model A Ford sold in Detroit. Extra, extra, read all about it. First flights from New York to LA, now only taking 36 hours. Extra, extra, read all about it. When the selling goes Wall Street, the stock market predicted to crash again.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Could I interest you gentlemen in a little establishment opening up just around the corner?
What kind of establishment?
Well, a club of sorts where one might wet one's whistle.
Speakeasy, you mean?
We prefer to call it a club.
No matter what you call it, liquor's illegal.
Well, I won't tell if you won't. Here's a little
Be not drunk with wine, stamp out speakeasies, bootlegging, and liquor of all kinds.
What? Let me see. Oh, that woman! There ought to be a law against interfering with private enterprise.
Some people are so condescending to others.
Yeah. Say, Mr. Davenport, did you see what happened in the stock market last week?
Yes.
Well, did you see the journal this morning? Everything's falling apart up there on Wall Street.
I read the journal, but I'm not alarmed.
You're not? Well, I heard some of those stockbrokers and investors are jumping out of the windows of those skyscrapers there in New York City when they heard the news.
They're fools, J.D. I don't mess with the stock market myself. Too risky. I keep my money tucked safely away in the bank across the street.
Yeah, but what if, with the market crashing and all, there's panic? And the banks have to close. Then what?
It'll never happen, J.D. Not in a million years. And besides, I could run a cash business if I had to. No problem.
Well, Mr. Davenport, you sure are cool-headed about these things.
Comes with experience and intelligence. I have confidence in my own judgment. What do I owe you, J.D.?
2 bits, Mr. Davenport.
Keep the change.
Gee, thanks, sir. Sure you don't want to hold on to this, what, with everything that's going on?
J.D., don't worry.
I'll try, Mr. Davenport. I'll try.
Hello, ladies. Sister Jordan, how's the battle with holiness going?
Oh, wonderful. Here is my new advertisement.
Come all Sharks Club. 2119 West Union Street, $1 cover charge.
Oh, that man!
That's speakeasy going up.
Oh, disgusting! Oh, I feel dirty all over!
Sister Jordan, seems like you're losing the war for doing right.
How humiliating!
Some people are so quick to judge.
Well, Florine, what can I get for you today?
Let's see, Michael. I need some flour, a bottle of sweet milk, and a pound of butter.
Coming right up.
And you can just put that on our account.
Florine, I need you to pay cash today.
What? Cash? Since when?
Haven't you read the paper this morning? The stock market's going wild again. Some folks are predicting another crash. And this one will be a doozy.
So what if it does? It serves those rich people right.
Well, if the stock market's crash, then the banks will close. That's what they're saying.
Oh, Michael, you listen to those melodramas on the radio too much.
You think so?
Michael, hard-working folks don't need to be worried about what's going on up there in New York City. Why, that stock market can't touch the honest laboring man and woman. As long as we got strong backs, we got everything we need.
I hope you're right, Florine. I just hope you're right.
Before you
Those fools. Those simple-minded fools. May I help you?
No. I mean, I was just wondering what you're reading.
A newspaper. My newspaper.
I can see that. I was just wondering what part.
Stock market reports, if you must know.
I was just hearing about that down at the general store. Well, Mabel said... Mabel's pretty smart. She's got a high school diploma.
Well, she could be a stockbroker. They all have the brains of an eel.
Mr. Davenport, how dare you talk about Mabel like that?
Do you know me?
My husband works down at your mill. He's a foreman.
Oh.
His name is Milton. Milton Spurling. He's worked for you for 20 years.
Sorry, can't place it.
It figures. He's the hardest working employee you've got. You don't even know his name.
I have many hard-working employees.
None like Milton.
Yes, of course. If you'll excuse me.
Pride goes before the fall.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what the good book says.
I recognize the reference, but what does that have to do with me?
I've seen you coming into church, filling up your front pew with your overpriced suit and your overdressed wife, flaunting your money in front of hard-working folks like us.
I've never seen you in my church.
It doesn't surprise me. If you look behind you, you see your loyal employees where they sit Sunday after Sunday. Loyalty and hard work. Well, that's what you'd see if you turn around.
Look, Mrs.
Spurling. Lorraine Spurling.
Mrs. Spurling, do I not pay your husband fairly?
Well, he gets paid enough.
Somewhat above what other employers pay their employees.
I guess so.
And do I not pay overtime and other compensation as well?
Yeah, but...
And aren't the conditions at the mill somewhat better than at other places?
He says they're okay.
Then why do you accost me in the street about such a thing?
Well, because we work hard for what we've got. And you just sit back, do nothing, and get richer and richer. That's why.
Pride goeth before the fall, Mrs. Spurling.
What are you talking about?
Same thing you are.
Oh, you're so prideful you can't even think straight.
I'm thinking I should end this conversation.
Oh, no, you don't. You ain't gonna snub me again.
I'll snub anyone I want.
Oh, yeah?
Bonnie Davenport!
Daddy, right.
Hello, Mama. This is Bonnie.
I know who she is.
Daddy, this is Bradley. Bradley Spurling.
What are you doing, young lady?
Bradley's walking me home from school.
You're walking?
Yes, I told our driver not to pick me up today. I told him I would walk.
Why don't you get home this instant, alone? Your mother could have another one of her spells over this.
I'm sorry, Daddy, but I asked Bradley to walk me home, and that's what he's going to do.
Bradley, what will people say?
Well, they'll say, what is that low-life flinthead son doing walking home with that high-life mill owner's daughter?
Exactly. Now, do you want that to happen?
Well, I don't care what they say. Bonnie and me are no different from everybody else. We're both human beings, just like you two. And speaking of you two, what are you doing standing out here on the public street talking? Everybody can see you.
I was just reading my newspaper, and this woman...
This woman? I have a name.
Yes, I'm sure. Anyway, I was just minding my own business.
Rudolph! Honey! What's going on here?
I was wondering where you was. Bradley, what's happening here?
Mommy, you get home this very minute.
Mama, you just stay out of this.
Forever. There was a time when folks honored their mamas.
Grandma, this is really none of your business.
Who are
tired to think.
Daddy, what's going to happen now?
Who knows, son? Without the mill, this town's done for.
But can't the mill be rebuilt? I mean, if we all work together.
Bradley, what are we going to use for money? Folks are starting to panic. They're pulling their money out.
Son, things are really bad for all of us right now. Why, everything that matters is all but gone.
Everything we've worked for, everything we've believed in, it's all gone.
Well, if it's all gone, then we're all the same.
What are you talking about?
Well, without the money and the job, can't take pride in anything.
Oh, this is about that poor little rich girl, isn't it?
Bradley, don't we have enough problems without you courting that Davenport girl?
But what's wrong with it?
How many times do we have to tell you? They're not our kind, Bradley. They're just not our kind.
Well, that's that. Your shawl is ruined. I know says no amount of scrubbing will get the grime and dirt out. Only you'd stayed away from the mill and let the men handle the fire.
It's just a shawl, Mother.
Well, so it is. Oh, Bonnie, dear, I hate to have to tell you this, but we may have to be careful with our things. At least until your father can figure out a way to get the mill back on its feet. Daddy, we're Randolph.
The mill doesn't even have feet to get back on.
Oh, you mean?
It's a total loss, Daddy. Not enough equipment to process a handful of cotton, let alone a full run. I'll wire my customers tomorrow.
What about the insurance? You did have insurance.
Oh, yes. But with the banks closing right and left, the insurance companies can't pay the claims. At least not right now.
Did our bank close?
It had to. All that fluctuating on Wall Street made people crazy.
What are you going to do?
I don't know, Bonnie. I don't know.
What about your employees? What will happen to them?
Well, they'll have to fend for themselves. Serves them right.
What are you talking about, Randolph?
Mills don't just burn down, Daddy. I had a bunch of careless buffoons working for me.
Not all of them are like that, Daddy.
Oh, and I suppose you know one who isn't. Some hard-working, well-meaning live-in who happens to have a son you're sweet on.
Oh, my. Where are my smelling salts?
Oh, Mother. Not to worry. We're still Davenports. Even through the ashes, we're still Davenports.
We will survive this because of who we are. I just need time to think, that's all.
I need to think, too.
Where are you going? You're not going to leave that boy, are you?
I'm sorry about the shawl, Mother. I don't mind wearing it like it is.
Bonnie, I forbid you to leave this house.
I won't embarrass you, Daddy. I promise. Mother, please tell Inez not to set a place for me at dinner.
So many questions
Bonnie, what are we going to do?
I don't know. Is it too much to ask? Too much to wish for? That we can forget for a moment that you are you, that I am me, and we could be free to love each other. Oh, is there such a place?
It doesn't matter who you are. Be a time when we can be one mind and heart, where walls can stand, where bridges span the gold bridge ahead. Oh, will there be a time? Is there such a place as this? Is there such a place as this? Such a place as
Well, I guess we got what we wanted.
What's that?
Everything's the same now. Everybody's on equal ground.
Not at my house. We're still Davenports, you know.
Yeah, and you're not our kind.
Maybe they're right, Bradley. Maybe we all have our place and we should just stay there.
Maybe so. Has your daddy decided what he's going to do?
No.
Well, until he does, my daddy can't do anything.
That's the way it is, Bradley. I'm sorry. My father's devastated.
Oh, too bad.
Yes, it is too bad. I need to go.
So do I.
Good night, Bradley.
Goodbye, Bonnie.
Hello, young man.
Howdy, ma'am.
Nice evening.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So, did you bring it?
Yes, ma'am, just like you said.
Well, let me have it.
$2.
Two? You said one.
Delivery fee. Thank you, ma'am. Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, young man. Oh, this is hard liquor. I ordered peach brandy. You know, for my lumbago. Oh, young man. The longer I stay out in the night air, the stiffer I get. Well, 80 proof. All right, just a swallow, because of the night air.
But officer, what did I do? Well, in this country, they might put you in jail for selling liquor. But on my beat, I'd put you under the jail for selling to a minor.
A minor? Oh, I didn't know, officer. He said he was 21.
Oh, pardon me, ma'am. Sister Jordan, what is that smell?
What smell?
Smells like liquor.
Oh, but that's odd. I don't smell a thing.
Well, maybe if you take this bottle out from behind your back, you can smell it then.
Let me see that.
How did that get there?
All right, sister, let's go.
I freak spankly. May I speak frankly?
I think you just did, sister. Imagine that. You two sharing the same paddy wagon. This is going to be a wild ride.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Redline's may be opening soon in some cities. Extra, extra, read all about it. Redline's may be opening soon. Extra, extra, read all about it. Redline's may be opening soon in some cities. Hey, mister, this ain't no public library. You want to read the news, it'll cost you a nickel.
Well, I don't seem to have any change on me right
Oh,
now.
I'm all broke up about that.
You. I was just going to hand this money to that nice young lady.
Yeah, sure you were, and I'm Albert Einstein.
Well, I was.
Oh, let's just face it, we were both going to pocket the money.
I wasn't thinking. I've got a lot on my mind.
Well, I bet you have.
I'm a Davenport. I'll survive this. I just need time.
Time? Time is all we've got, Mr. Davenport. We don't have anything but time, you and me. Everything we've worked for is all gone.
So, what are we going to do now?
We? You're asking me what we'll do now?
Yes, sir, I am.
Well, you could be asking your wise people for some more money.
What? Hattie's family? Hattie's parents were poor dirt farmers, as were mine. They all died penniless. Whoever gave you the idea Hattie's family had money?
I just heard.
You heard wrong, sir.
Hey, sister. That was some pretty fancy talking I did last night to the police. You know, getting them to let you go without booking you like that.
Oh, would you stop screaming? There's a herd of buffalo running through my head.
Sorry. Say, sister, thanks for posting my bail like that.
Just a loan with interest.
Oh, whatever you say. You know, sister, you might get some more converts to your cause if you lighten up a little.
And how would you know that?
Well, I learned it on the streets. A good con never hits his mark over the head.
Mr. McShane, I'm not trying to con anybody. I'm just trying to tell the gospel truth. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, same principle. Just don't hit your mark over the head.
Thanks for the advice. What else have you learned on the street?
Well, I learned how to survive. Do whatever it takes to look out for number one.
Did you ever learn about doing the right thing?
Sure, I do what's right. What's right for the shop.
I guess people like you have no conscience.
Well, I don't need one as long as there's people like you to be my conscience for me.
Mr. McShane, don't be insolent with me, and don't forget who bailed you out of jail last night.
Yeah, well, don't forget who did some smooth talking to the police and saved your reputation.
I didn't need you to do that.
Oh, yeah? Well, what happens when this community finds out that the righteous Sister Jordan had the blind staggers last night?
And what'll you do if word gets out that Sister Jordan got you to repent?
Hey, that gets out and I'm through.
Well, I've got my reputation to protect, and so do you.
All right, all right. I won't tell if you won't.
Deal. Oh, my head.
Oh, listen, sister, I got a great cure for a hangover. 3 raw eggs, a bottle of Tabasco sauce with a buttermilk chaser.
Oh, please. Sister Jordan? Mr. McShane? Smile! Congratulations! You just made the front page of the journal.
us all join in singing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch